Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. The last episode we featured a really fun Rotom fan team. We're actually up against a pretty high rated opponent to kick off this episode, so excited to see what they have, and that's a really interesting team. NDD, Mayo, Drifbloom, and then you've got like Pseudo, Hail, and Rain with Ludi, Lapras, and the Ninetales, so a lot of cool stuff here. But we're going to be kicking some more games with Rotom Fan. This actually might not be a great Rotom Fan. Well, it's weird because like I do hit Ludi and Lapras and Drifloom for super effective damage. And I guess I don't know, maybe Rotom is okay here. It's just like taking a max ice is what scares me, right? But what else would I really bring here, right? Part of me wants to just go Ninetales and Rotom. Let's try it out. And in the back, my question is, how do I beat Ludicolo? I don't think Excadrill ever comes out in this matchup. So I think probably Conkeldurr Sylveon. Like, I'd want to bring out the Jellicent to go with the Trick Room route, potentially, but the Jellicent doesn't do very much in this matchup because my opponent's team is primarily special, so yeah. I'm just going to lead with the Rotom Fan. When in doubt, you can always just go with the big fan. A lot of players just don't know what to do against it. They don't really know what to expect, and a lot of people don't see the weakness policy stuff ever coming, so we'll give it a go. As always, if you guys enjoy, please show support by leaving a like. This is a rental team. Thanks to Sylvia and Katz once again for showing me this team and for building it. If you want to try it out yourselves, the code is linked in the description below. Question of the day, I'm curious what your most memorable in-game moment in VGC is. For me, personally, it was actually not a competitive moment, but it was when I got my Swampert, which was my first starter back in Emerald, to level 100. I don't know why that was such a big moment, but at the time, I was just like, wow, I never thought I'd be able to do it, and now it's level 100. Alright, if you're my opponent here, you probably fake out Resonance into Lapras, or sorry, into Rotom, right? That's what I expect. So I actually want to fake Tears. You know what I could really do here? If I could max Rotom and just max Guard here. And then the subsequent turn go for fake Tears onto the Lapras and just KO that. That's a really interesting option. If I'm expecting Resonance. Although Resonance would just activate my weakness policy through Protect anyway, right? It's just like I don't know if I want to give my opponent the screen setup here. Yeah. So I'm actually going to go for fake Tears on the Lapras, max the Rotom, and Guard. And then I can Ice Shard, max Lightning the subs. Like, the best case scenario right now is Fake Out goes into the Ninetales, Max Resonance goes into the Rotom, and it basically fails. And then the subsequent turn I can go for Self Ice Shard, Max Lightning into Lapras. I don't know if that's enough to pick up a one-hit KO, though, I guess. That's the big question. I want to say it is. If it is, then that puts us in such a good position. Maybe I could have actually let my opponent just activate the weakness policy, because then I could just Fake Tears, Max Lightning the following turn. So I don't know if it was worth to just waste the turn of Max here, but I also want to conserve Rotom's health, because I feel like it has a really good matchup against my opponent's entire team. So, let's see. Okay, so I just Gigantamax Lapras. Not shocking there. I'm going to max Guard. They're going to go for Fake Out. Yep. The Ninetales. Resonance. Okay, yep, that was expected. So now the question is whether I KO the Ninetales with the double up. Yeah, I'm debating between going for Fake Tears onto Lapras and the Ice Shard onto the Rotom. Ice Shard does a little bit of damage, obviously. But it means I get the weakness policy off, and that could be useful if Lapras decides to like max Guard this turn. So I'm just going to go for Ice Shard Max Lightning. We'll see if this picks up the one-hit KO. If it does, I think we just win the game off that, honestly. Because, like, Rotom just beats my opponent's entire team if they don't have a Maxmon, even with the Maxmon. And I don't even think Resonance KOs here. They offer Vacuum. Oh! Okay. Alright. Double weakness policy setup here. Let's see if Max Lightning KOs. I really hope it does. Ah, we fall short of the KO. Okay, you did your best, Rotom. Then it actually would have been better for my opponent to just let them activate the weakness policy, and then I could just Fake Tears this next turn, because we're not surviving this Resonance, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, so I should have let them get the Resonance off. That activates policy. You get the screens up, but then I get yeah. Okay, very cool. Yeah, well played by my opponent. I had a better play then. I thought the Fake Tears Max Lightning, or sorry, the +2 Max Lightning would KO, but Lapras is just too bulky. So that's my bad for not knowing my Lapras cups super well, but that's all good. I have Conkeldurr in the back, so it's really not the end of the world by any means, right? I've got priority Mach Punch, which can KO the Lapras. I can set up my own screens as well. I guess it's a question of whether Mach Punch actually KOs through screens. I don't know. Might be safer to Blizzard here, but I want Aurora Veil. I actually think Lapras may survive with Aurora Veil up, because we're not Life Orbed. Yeah, so I think I actually need the chip damage from Blizzard, so I'm going to go for that and Mach Punch. I can't afford to just lose another Pokemon right now. Hitmontop switches out, which is fine by me. It's a free Blizzard into whatever's coming in. I'll take a free Blizzard into Ludicolo. I guess Lapras could max guard here. Oh, they actually went for it? No way. Wow, I didn't expect that. That was a free Aurora Veil then. Frustrating. Okay. Well, it's 3 turns of max over now from Lapras' end. Blizzard comes out. No freeze. Maybe they were expecting Mach Punch to KO. Like if we were Life Orb Mach Punch, would have picked up a KO. So that would make some sense. This next turn is interesting, right? Who do you target here? I think the safe play is to always just protect the Conkeldurr and go for an Aurora Veil, even though like the double up onto Ninetales is relatively obvious. I can't afford to lose Conkeldurr. But maybe... I don't know. You have to fake out the Ninetales, don't you? Because of Freeze Dry. Oh no, okay, they don't go for it. Nice. So that's good. If they doubled up onto us, that's a really good turn. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Even if they Hydro Pump us, though, we get Aro and Aurora Veil up. And they actually go for Blizzard. So Max Guard Blizzard. Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising. Yeah, it's just... that doesn't do very much at all. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's good. That's very good. Now we have screens up. We have Sylveon as the last one. Sylveon is a pretty good late game matchup against everything here, I think. If only I had Freeze Dry. I mean, the Mach Punch is so obvious that I really want to Drain Punch the Ludicolo. But I don't think I can afford to just... Maybe I can. I mean, if they Hydro Pump, like double up onto Conkeldurr, that's super bad for us, right? So I'm always clicking Blizzard here. It's just what I want to do with Conkeldurr. The safe place to Mach Punch Lapras. But I really want to Drain Punch Ludi because it covers Lapras protecting, and Ludi also might switch out into Hitmontop while Lapras protects. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to make the prediction here. Yep, Ludi switches. Show me Lapras protect. I think you have to protect the Lapras here if you're making this play. Otherwise, you're not getting anything off from a Mach Punch. Like, you make this play expecting the Mach Punch. So then you have Fake Out Pressure the subsequent turn. Okay, show me protect. Nice. Okay, we call that turn correctly. That's very good. Because it also means we heal back more with Conkeldurr. Solid. Freeze would pretty much seal up the game here, I think. I guess Hitmontop could always stall out on the first turn anyway, but... Nice. Oh, it's a Jack button. Okay. Crazily enough, I mean, you could bring out something like Drifloon right now, but I don't think anything else other than Drifloon on that team wants to take a Drain Punch. Yeah, they were on Ludicolo. So the best case scenario is we don't KO Ludicolo, because then we just have so much pressure onto Lapras the subsequent turn. Nice, we get a good Drain Punch off there. They have intimidated us. The scary thing here is they have double Fake Out, right? So they can cycle Ludi and Hitmontop in and back out. Hail stops though, which means my Blizzards are inaccurate now. That's not great. We have 3 turns of Aurora Veil. They only have 1 turn left. I mean, this time around, I think you should always still Fake Out the Conkeldurr. It's just whether you target Ninetales. I don't want to switch in Sylveon. I might just go for a Blind Blizzard. And Detect. I think that's pretty safe. Yeah. Even if you knock down Ninetales, I get a free switch into Sylveon, I can Mach Punch Hyper Voice. My opponent does not have Hyper Voice switch-ins right now. Okay, so they Fake Out into Protect again. Good. Blizzard actually double connects. So that's pretty fortunate. Nice. Stuff is Assault Vest. And yeah, they Thunderbolt into Ninetales. And it actually doesn't even KO despite Weakness Policy. Wow. Jeez. Alright, Aurora Veil is off now. Terrain is gone as well. Let's see, we have Ice Shard, Drain Punch. We still have 2 turns of screens. They don't... they have Vacuum Wave, so I doubt we'll be able to get another attack off with Ninetales. I think now we actually pull out the switch into Sylveon and Mach Punch into Lapras. Because I think Lapras might still just go for the safe protect, but as long as I get Sylveon out, like Ludicolo's not doing any damage against it. By conserving Ninetales, it means more Blizzards potentially. If we can KO the Hitmontop, that's actually really valuable. Ludi switches out, maybe back out into Hitmontop. Yep. I, of course, could have gone for Drain Punch again here, but I don't think that was worth it this turn. And maybe because I made this play last turn, they don't protect Lapras. I think protecting Lapras is obviously the safe play, though. Yeah, they protect. Okay. We got a Drain Punch there, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah. We haven't seen the Water type attack. We've seen Blizzard. I mean, I want to say it's Hydro Pump. We still have a turn of Aurora Veil, though, so I think I'm actually content to just Hyper Voice here and Mach Punch. They really might fake out Sylveon, right? Because Sylveon's exerting so much pressure right now. So that's why I wanted to pull that switch out. Like, Ninetales isn't doing very much. This is an intense game. Like, this is a game in which we could have won on turn 2 if I made the right play turn 1, because I had the Fake Tears surprise, which I don't think people ever expect. Fake Tears goes into Sylveon. Beautiful. Yep. That should KO Lapras. Nice. Alright. Now we're in a very good spot. I still don't know what my opponent's last Pokemon is, though. It could be Ninetales, Indeedee, and Drifloon, but none of those are really that good against us. And if we KO the Hitmontop here, we can even set up a second Aurora Veil, which would be nice. So we played ultimately decently well against this Lapras in the long run. And his Ninetales is the last one. Okay. That's not exactly what you want to have, I think, in the back. Unless it has Moonblast. Ooh, could have Moonblast. That is a possibility. For that reason, I think here I just go for the Hyper Voice, and I switch the Conkeldurr out into my Ninetales. The reason I'm switching Conkeldurr out is to reset the Intimidates here. Bullet Punch Blizzard? I don't think KO Sylveon anyway, even if you have that. Oh, they have Wide Guard. Okay, that's also a thing. And there's a Fairy type attack in Dazzling Gleam. Oh, jeez. Okay, that makes this endgame super interesting. A Dazzling Gleam will not KO us, though. We have Fire Punch and Mach Punch. And we're faster than Hitmontop with Sylveon. The play I'm actually leaning towards this next turn is... Wow, they have Fake Out, Vacuum Wave, and Wide Guard, so I'm really curious what the last attack is. You would think it's Close Combat. I'm going to Mystical Fire here into the Ninetales and Detect. Because if we get the Mystical Fire off, then Ninetales is just in Mach Punch KO range and Conkeldurr wins us this game. I'm hoping they go for another Wide Guard because, like, they just respect... I haven't revealed Mystical Fire yet. Ooh, they go for Helping Hand, though. I mean, if it's just Helping Hand Dazzling, this is fine. Helping Hand Blizzard might do enough to KO the Sylveon, though. Let's see. Alright, it's just Dazzling Gleam. I think we're fine, then. This is a really intense game. But I think Conkeldurr can seal this up for us. Oh, Sylveon takes that like a champ. Nice. Alright, we get the Mystical Fire off. Perfect. Yeah, that should be a Mach Punch KO range now, and we get a special attack drop. Okay. Which means now I can just Mach Punch the... Mach Punch the Ninetales and Hyper Voice, I think. I don't see Ninetales surviving a Guts boosted Mach Punch here. That's what it comes down to. It's at -1 special attack too, so it's not really doing that much damage, right? I guess the Hitmontop here could just Wide Guard though, right? That's actually probably Hitmontop's best play. So if I wanted to cover for the Wide Guard, Yawning was actually the correct option there. Because then we just double Detect and Hitmontop faints. Or sorry, falls asleep, and then I think Conkeldurr wins. Wide Guard isn't like a super surprising move either. I just haven't seen Hitmontop in a while. But this was a cool Hitmontop set with the Lapras as well. This was such a good game for Rotom though, if we survived turn 2. I should have just... Alright, they switch out Hitmontop. That should be game then. Oh, actually, I guess what they're going for, maybe Protect Ninetales? If they don't Protect, they lose. Okay, they went for the Protect. Interesting. That does get the Intimidate off, so yeah, I think that's the correct play. This is really intense. We get Thread Spray off, get the special attack boost. Ludi faints. Bring Hitmontop back out. The special attack drop was a really big deal on Ninetales, so instead of going for Hyper Voice, I think I'd probably go for Mystical Fire onto Ninetales. Question is whether Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam KOs. I can't believe I was like, yeah, I need to play around the fact that Ninetales might have a Fairy type attack. And it actually ended up having one. Okay, so Hitmontop comes out. The other thing I'm worried about is Feint being Hitmontop's last attack. That is what I'm worried about right now. It's 2 turns of Hail, -1 special attack. I haven't been going for Feint. I don't know. I might just double attack here. Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to Hyper Voice and Drain Punch here. Wait out for Fake Out. On to Conkeldurr. Okay, as long as Sylveon doesn't get frozen here, we win. We should survive Blizzard here. Yep. There's no way. Dude, I played all of that just to get frozen. Well, I jinxed it for myself. We could still Mach Punch crit into Ninetales. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. I mean, that was their win con, so I can't fault them for it. It just sucks because I feel like I played really well after losing Rotom, which wasn't a good play. They actually just offer Protect. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, man. Yeah. That was their win con, so you gotta respect it. But it doesn't make me any less sad. I'm going to open the blinds to let some sunlight in. Because I'm filled with darkness right now. Anyway, I had a better play to make on turn 1 anyway, which was just Protect to get the weakness policy activated so that I can Fake Tears the subsequent turn. But, yeah. That's why you don't want to dig yourself into like too deep of a hole, right? By gambling and thinking that the Max Lightning would just KO the Lapras, I was like, oh, I can just win the game off turn 1. Shame, because I do feel like I outplayed my opponent for the majority of the latter half of the game, but they, like, I called most of the switches in the predictions, got Sylveon in a safe spot, was able to get Hyper Voice off. I didn't play around Wide Guard the first turn, though. If I actually should have thought about, like, I thought Hyper Voice was just a guaranteed win, so what I should have done was actually consider the possibility of Wide Guard, because if I consider the possibility of Wide Guard and just go for a Mystical Fire onto Ninetales, like, 2 Mystical Fires KOs that. So I can't fault them. They played to their alts. At the end of the day, their win con. I think they were expecting the Sylveon to Protect, which is why I double attacked there. Because, I mean, I think double attack is always safe as long as I don't get frozen or crit. But, yeah, so the odds were in our favor there. But at the end of the day, I had 2 better plays to make. I think let's stand out. First play that was better was to just let my opponent activate the weakness policy, get the screens up. Because even though Resonance goes up, a Fake Tears Max Lightning should KO the Lapras, I would think. That's just a heartbreaking way to lose, especially because we could have thawed out immediately too. So yeah, you have to get the chance of freeze and then get the chance of not thawing out as well. And I think Blizzard's freeze chance is, what is it, 30%? Yeah, so it's not like incredibly slim odds there either. Yeah, just feels kind of bad. But you know, I was actually playing some games off screen before this, and I got a couple of wins, and my Ninetales was freezing things with Blizzard, so. Feel like that is justice at the end of the day for the freezes that I got. It was a really good game overall as well, and I think like my opponent made some really good switches. I don't think I had really any other outs though. Oh, we can't find an opponent. Let's try again. Oops, let's not do casual battles. I'm not really sure what other plays I would have been making towards the end game there. Maybe not sacking my Ninetales, but since it's a speed tie anyway, I really wanted to reset the Intimidate drops. Plus, I wanted to scout out for the Fairy type attack. So yeah, I think the only 2 plays I would have done differently that game was turn 1, not maxing, just letting my opponent activate my weakness policy, so then I can Fake Tears Max Lightning the next turn, and then going for Mystical Fire the first time around, expecting Wide Guard. I just honestly kind of forgot about Wide Guard, so that was my bad. Especially because we had Mystical Fire, I think Sylveon just closes up that game. We're up against Sean, who's the number 2 ranked player right now. Maybe we should throw so Sean gets to number 1. Alright, that's exciting though, honestly. I'm excited to see, and they have an interesting team. So Colossal Dragapult. Sorry, there's no Dragapult. I just see Colossal, I always assume Dragapult. Primarina Colossal, so Self Aqua Jet. That's bad. Colossal might dunk on us here. Especially if it has overgrowth. Cinderace is also really scary. Either way, I'm hyped to play the number 2 ranked player. Even if we lose back-to-back games today, I think that would be fine because I mean, that first game was basically ours. And okay, how do we approach this? We can bluff this Focus Sash on Excadrill, which I actually think might be what we need to do. I'm thinking Excadrill Jellicing, because both of those put on a lot of pressure against the Colossal immediately, so it then becomes kind of like a 50-50. In the back, or do I want... This is so weird. The type matchups feel really awkward. I want Ninetales and Rotom, honestly. But if I'm not max... I might not max Excadrill, so yeah, I guess this is fine. Sylveon could maybe put in some work with Yawn. Either way, we either beat the number 2 ranked player, or we likely are a victim of the number 2 player as they climb up to number 1. So both of those are pretty exciting. So let's see. Good luck, Sean. I am very excited for this match. That last one was definitely a heartbreaker, though, man. Feels bad. I need Cinderace. Okay. You might have Max Darkness. I'm really worried about Helping Hand in DD. The thing about Cinderace is it's just one of the most offensive. It's like such a good best of 1 Pokemon because you have to guess the moveset every time, right? Okay, let's Psychic Seed. Do you have Max Darkness? If not, Jealousy gives you a lot of trouble. Max Flare will obviously KO Excadrill, but they don't know that I'm not Focus Sashed, right? Unless they've seen this team before, in which I would be sad. For that reason, I might Trick Room. They might just Max Flare into Excadrill anyway, right? This is a pretty obvious play, but I think I'm just going to protect Trick Room turn 1. The problem is that they have Torkoal in the back, right? They might even switch out. Or they don't. Alright, Cinderace maxes. I guess best case is what? Max Darkness? I don't even know if that's the best case. I just don't really know what to do here. I'm hoping... I mean, they could have like Helping Hand Max Darkness into Jellicent. The question is whether they are running Max Darkness. I don't think most Cinderaces do. You want Fire, Fighting, Air, and then... The fourth one is a big question mark, right? Oh god, it is Helping Hand. It's gonna be Max Darkness. I feel like it probably is. Otherwise, it's Helping Hand Max Knuckle into Excadrill. Alright, they offer Airstream. That might KO if it's Life Orbed. I don't know, let's see. Dude, Cinderace is insane. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Protect there. I didn't think Helping Hand Airstream would KO with the Life Orb even, honestly. I mean, I don't really see how we win this now. Unless we bait the Focus Sash with Excadrill. The only way I could have gotten out of that turn positive was a Max Rockfall into Cinderace, which would be an insane read, right? They might just follow me here. Wow. This is like really defensive Jellicent too. It goes to show how good Cinderace is with Helping Hand pressure. I could max my Rotom. An Airstream. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this route. I think because they probably think Excadrill's a bigger threat, I'm going to max and Airstream the Cinderace. What could really work out here? I doubt it. I think we're already really far behind. Like, that's the thing. Cinderace applies so much early game pressure that stuff like this can happen, right? Yeah. Often if you call the first turn incorrectly versus Cinderace, it's just very difficult to salvage the game. But, for example, if they went for, like, Max Knuckle onto us, I don't think he would ever Max Knuckle in front of us, though. But because we're behind, I kind of need to make some plays to get back into it, right? I also don't know how fast the Cinderace is, necessarily. I'm just gonna opt for Follow Me, okay? Yeah, that's fine. Hoping it's like Follow Me, maybe Flare into... Yeah, into Ninetales. I mean, you have to Flare the Excadrill here, right? Otherwise, yeah, okay. So I guess it's a shot, maybe. I'm super curious. I mean, we like... The Cinderace is also, yeah, the question is, are you Jolly or Adamant? If you're Adamant, then we outspeed you with Ninetales. I doubt that. Wow, that does no damage, though, jeez. And now they can just, like, Helping Hand Max Flare into Rotom, right? The Life Orb Cinderace is just so strong, dude. And they made a really good turn 1 call. I really didn't think Max Airstream would KO Jellicent. I want to do the calc on that after this game. I mean, as obvious as the Max Guard is here, I think I still go for it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna Fake Tears Immunity and Max Guard. Because then, Sun is over, and then I can Max Airstream while switching Ninetales out. So they follow me, that's fine. They might have just targeted Ninetales here too, and if so, that's just it. Okay, they did go for the Flare into Rotom, okay. So we get Fake Tears off. Dynamax ends now. Okay. So I'll at least be able to outspeed the Cinderace after this turn. The question is, do I switch out? Helping Hand, I mean, does it KO us? That would make me so sad if it does. I guess you should follow me instead of Helping Hand though, right? So we can go out into Excadrill and go for a Max Airstream. Onto Cinderace, or sorry, into Inity, so we outspeed in subsequent turns. Tricky thing is just the Cinderace having speed control through Max Airstream. Okay. Oh, they opted for Helping Hand. Okay. Maybe that's okay. Power Ball, yep. Dude, that's insane. Like, that almost just KO'd us by itself. Jeez. Maybe X-Control 9-Tail. I mean, the problem is that I don't do enough damage to the... Like, a Thunderbolt won't KO the Cinderace. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're down to our Focus Sash. It's gonna be tough to clutch this one out at this point, I think. At least we outspeed the Cinderace now. We also have an Air/Flinch chance. That might be enough to get us into it. Like, if we flinch the Cinderace and just get an Earthquake off. Especially because it's Colossal in the back. It actually might... That just might be our win con. I don't see what the other opportunities are here. +2 speed, +1 speed. If only I got Excadrill to +2, then this would have cleanly sealed it up for us. Or if Excadrill was sashed here. But we already revealed we're sashed on Ninetales. I think it's Earthquake. Let's try to go for an Earthquake flinch onto Cinderace. That's pretty much it. Sorry, Air/Flinch. I don't think Thunderbolt is KOing, no. Not without Weakness Policy activated. Alright, so we're going for the flinch. Doesn't feel great, but I don't think there's any other play here, because we're super weak to the fire types. Colossal protects, okay, that's... Yeah, whatever. Still comes down to whether we flinch here. If we flinch, I think we actually just win the game, because I think Excadrill just wins this. Let's see. Oh, he went for Iron Head. Wait. Why? Oh, they probably have Primarina as the last one, don't they? That would explain that play. Wait, that's really cool if Primarina is actually their last one, because they did bring Colossal into this matchup, so I'm thinking it's like Heat Wave Colossal. You bring in Primarina and just self-Aqua Jet Heat Wave. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Well played by my opponent. I mean, seriously, props to them. Turn 1 was just, like, obviously a disaster. I really didn't think Helping Hand Airstream would KO. It is Primarina. That is incredible. Well, okay. I don't want to give up here. They lose off a Heat Wave miss, right? Should be special Colossal here. I mean, Excadrill wasn't taking a +2 Heat Wave. So I either just hope for, if I protect with Excadrill this turn, I have the there's the possibility of them missing the Ninetales, but that doesn't make a difference, does it? Yeah, so I guess we just Earthquake here. And I mean, there's nothing to really do with Ninetales. This is my first time really seeing someone have Colossal in the back as a late game option without the Dynamax, but it actually was really smart against this team. Yep, self-awkward. I mean, we need them to miss a fire type attack, basically, into Excadrill. Turn 1 was just really bad, because, like, Jolison was a really good Pokemon in this matchup. Excadrill, no, Excadrill's at +1 speed, but Colossal should be EV outspeed this. Oh, he was actually Flare Blitz, too. Yeah, then we had no opportunity, I don't think. So it was physical. Alright, congrats, Sean. I hope you get to number 1 with that. Because turn 1, really good play. I'm going to do that calc real quick, because if it's a guaranteed KO on Jolison, then I think that just shows you the power of Cinderace. So Cinderace against Jellicent. It's crazy. I mean, it's not even super effective, right? Like, this is Bounce, Max, Item, Life Orb. Should be Jolly, because it outsped our Ninetales. So Max, Helping Hand, Libero. Oh my goodness. I just really underestimated the combination of like Life Orb plus Helping Hand. I guess, I mean, it's the same type of attack bonus that really carries that over. That's a guaranteed knockout. And it's not even close. It is not even close. It says 120 defense. I still don't think that's enough. Yeah, well played. I think that was just me super underestimating Cinderace. Cinderace is definitely a top threat now. Okay, actually, it's... No, we're not max HP, so I think it was a guaranteed KO onto the Jellicent. So the only way I could have gotten around that was I make the super aggressive read of Max Rockfall onto the Cinderace turn 1. But that is such an aggressive play. So congrats to Sean. I hope they get to number 1 with that. That's honestly, yeah, really well played on their end. I don't know what I lead to beat NDD plus Cinderace, especially because this team wasn't made. Oh, they actually have their team up, so I'm curious. So it was AV Primarina, Pledge, Expert Belt, Torkoal, Body Press, Life Orb, yep, Steel and Flying, Psychic Seed with Helping Hand, Sash, and Physical. Physical Colossal is interesting because so many players have been opting for Special. So that's the problem with Colossal, right? Part of the reason why Colossal is so good in Best of 1 is because you exert so much team preview pressure. So I felt obligated to lead Jellicent Excadrill solely to beat the Colossal. But at the end of the day, that actually wasn't exactly super good. Especially not against Cinderace and Indeedee. That being said, I don't think we have a safe lead against Cinderace and Indeedee. That's why Cinderace is so good, right? You have neutral or super effective attacks against pretty much the entire dang format. So I could have led... the thing is, I don't outspeed anything, and they can increase... Like, if they don't have max Airstream, that's fine. I think part of the reason why Cinderace is so crazy good is because you can get a relatively free max Airstream off turn 1. And in that case, I mean, not only was it free, it also KO'd a Pokemon. So the only way I could have gotten around it... I'm actually curious if Excadrill max Rockfall KOs. Out of curiosity, let's see. Because if that does... Especially because we're Life Orb, then we might have needed to just make a super aggressive return 1. No, it doesn't KO though. It does 90 up to 95%, and you have Sand and Life Orb as well. So after Sand and Life Orb, it might be enough to KO. But I don't think I would ever really go for that play turn 1. That being said, the more I think about it, the more I think Rockfall Trick Room actually maybe works. I was expecting Torkoal in the back anyway, though, and the fact that... I mean, Excadrill could have closed this out, but they had Colossal Primarina, which is such a hard mode to deal with in the back. So I think their team matched up really well. They made a really good turn 1 play, and that's what Cinderace does. It exerts pressure right from turn 1. If you don't have anything that can outspeed it, good luck, because chances are it's going to be able to just pick up a knockout. Wasn't sure if Indeedee had Helping Hand, but I even mentioned it before the attack, so it was, I think, fair to assume. So unfortunately, Rotom doesn't do as much today, as we ended up Dynamaxing. Yeah, we Dynamax Rotom game 1. Game 1 we could have won off the second turn if I just didn't, if I thought about it a little bit more, I think. But this game, I think the matchup was just really tough. Our opponent has a really good team, and that's a really good use of Cinderace. So hopefully they got to number 1 off that. I'm rooting for them. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. We took a couple of losses, but I mean, the first one like was in our favor. We were gonna win the majority of the time, so I don't really feel that bad about that one. The second one is like, this is a clear example of a team. Let's just like this Rotom fan team was built pre-Cinderace, so you know, didn't take Cinderace into consideration. I think now Cinderace is one of, if not, I wouldn't say the best Pokemon in the meta, but definitely like a top 3, top 5 Pokemon in the meta. So if your team doesn't have good answers against it, it often shows very easily. And so obviously a team that was built pre-Cinderace has some weaknesses against it. So at the end of the day, I think there weren't even many options that I could have gone with that gave me safe, consistent options. But once again, that's just Cinderace as a Pokemon. It's just so good right now because few people have figured out good answers to it. So congrats to Sean. I hope you get #1 off that. Gonna check social media. Maybe they'll have tweeted something about it. So excited to see how that is. But that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.